going to hold people responsible for betraying the trust we put in them to protect our children.
The first civil lawsuits to come after last week's deadly Oxford High School shooting have now been filed, one in federal court, the other in state court, both by noted attorney Geoffrey Fieger. As Mid-Michigan Now's Mike Woolfolk reports, the lawsuits are on behalf of two girls left traumatized.
The two girls are sisters, Riley and Bella Franz. Normally, as victims and minors, we wouldn't use their names, but their parents want everyone to know their story and about the pain and suffering each now lives with.
We're going to hold people responsible for betraying the trust we put in them to protect our children.
With that, attorney Geoffrey Fieger is filing two $100 million lawsuits against the Oxford School District, its superintendent, the high school principal, and 6 other employees, claiming their actions or inactions put his client's children in grave danger, violating their civil rights.
I understand that this is not going to be easy. However, now is the time to do something about it.
He's representing Geoffrey and Brandy Franz, both at Thursday's news conference. Their daughters, 17-year-old Riley and 14-year-old Bella, are students at Oxford High. Fieger says the girls were both close friends of Hannah St. Juliana, and both were with Hannah when the alleged suspect gunned her down. Riley took a bullet in her neck. Bella saw it all happen.
These are two ultimately beautiful children who now are going to have to go back to a school that they know was attacked and is a war zone.
Fieger's lawsuit blames the defendants for allowing the shooting to happen.
Some or all of them were involved with Crumbley in terms of the knowledge of what he had written, in terms of the knowledge of what he had drawn, in terms of their absolute knowledge that he presented a danger.
He's filing the civil suit because under current Michigan law, he does not believe prosecutor Karen McDonald will be able to pursue criminal charges against the school officials. Geoffrey and Brandy Franz did not speak during the news conference. Both appeared to be holding back emotions as Fieger addressed the reporters. Now, in addition to seeking justice for young Riley and Bella, Fieger says he's tired of talking about situations like this. He's laying down the gauntlet, saying it's time for action.
On the same day the lawsuit was filed, the Oxford community is remembering high school student Justin Schilling. The 17-year-old will be laid to rest this evening. He is being remembered as a loyal friend, hard worker, and a key part of the school's bowling team. Schilling is one of the 4 students killed last week when 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley allegedly opened fire at Oxford High School. 6 other students and a teacher were hurt. Crumbley and his parents are facing charges in that shooting. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office providing an update on the remaining victims still in the hospital. The 17-year-old female student was moved out of ICU today into a standard room where she will remain for the next 4 to 6 weeks for rehabilitation. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office also had an update regarding Andre Sikora and the art studio in Detroit where the Crumbleys were arrested. They have 2 cell phones, 2 tablets, and 1 computer in their possession, which are being forensically examined. This could take up to 10 days to complete. They also mentioned Sikora had been cooperating with the Sheriff's Office investigation. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the explosion on Hogarth Avenue in Flint last month. The city is assessing the homes. They've posted notices on some of them saying they're uninhabitable. But as our Mid-Michigan Now reporter Alexis Ware tells us, everything is still uncertain surrounding who will be allowed back into their homes. She joined us now live from Hogarth Avenue. Alexis, what can you tell us about what's happening out there?
Dave, some of these homes will be condemned. We just don't know which ones yet. Now, I was at City Hall today and spoke to the communication specialist who says direction on what exactly is happening here will be out soon. As for people who call this neighborhood home, they say they're getting by the best they can.
We knocked on many doors before we could find people still living in this area.
I wonder if you might be interested in doing an interview.
James Gill lives down the street from where the explosion took place.
They blocked it off and put all the debris in the middle of the road so you can't get through there at all, which is understandable. It is an investigation going on. They got people on both ends of it, so if you live there, they'll let you through. You know, if one of your houses was there that wasn't affected.
Timothy McCormick lives on the same block as the explosion, and his house was damaged as a result, but he's still able to live there for the time being.
Fortunately, I had electricity and water, and just had to wait for them to turn on the gas. So I've been okay.
And you have gas now?
I have heat, and everything's good.
The city recently announcing some homes in that area will be condemned and torn down.
Most of the people that have moved back in, you can tell where the demarcation line is there when the houses get seriously boarded up. But like across the street there, she had to board up 2 windows and doors, but she's living there.
But McCormick tells me he traveled down the street closer to where the explosion took place and noticed signage on the doors, little colorful sheets of paper advising owners what to do next. Some houses even having X marks drawn on the cardboard.
My aunt's is up the street there, and they called last night. But I checked to see if it was condemned, so I went down there, and it was. I mean, there's no outward not fit for human habitation sign, so but they're right across from the blast zone, so I would think that would be a good one to condemn. I don't know.
Flint's communication specialist Melissa Brown says an update will be sent out tomorrow as to what's going on here on Hogarth Avenue as far as the signage and the X's placed on the doors, and what that means going forward, that's still uncertain, but we will keep you updated.